I don't think that aging is something that we should be accustomed to. I truly believe that aging is something that you choose to do.
I love that. I'm going to choose to not be accustomed to it.
Right.
Hey friends, welcome to Keep It Simple Sexy. I'm Christine Bullock, founder of KO Body Care, certified fitness trainer and mom of 2 little girls who's just trying to juggle it all and feel as good as possible. I'm so grateful that you're here. Now let's get started, sexy. What's up, everybody? How's your day going? I hope you're having a beautiful day so far. Welcome back to Keep It Simple Sexy. I'm your host, Christine Bullock. So today we're going to talk a little bit about the fountain of youth. So you're going to want to continue to tune in here. And while there is no real fountain of youth yet, increasing your levels of glutathione, also known as GSH, comes as close as we have gotten so far. With a nickname like the master antioxidant, glutathione is a one-of-a-kind bioactive that can help you ward off life-threatening diseases. Listen to all of these. Slow the aging process, regulate hormones, bolster immunity, lower inflammation, enhance energy, and beautify head to toe. Where do we sign up? This powerhouse substance is also already abundant in your body. Yay! Second only to water. Thing is, glutathione can only have its full impact if you have ample amounts of it. And while your body can produce the antioxidant with some help in the form of a healthy diet and lifestyle, you're probably not producing enough to make a dent in the effect of today's stresses of modern living. Womp womp. Today, I have Dr. Nayan Patel, a pharmacist, health expert, and the most sought-out glutathione expert in the world. His recently published book, The Glutathione Revolution, Fight Disease, Slow Aging, and Increase Energy, is the result of 11 years of clinical research on GSH. Regarded as the foremost go-to global expert on absorbable forms of glutathione, he holds the only patent on a transdermal glutathione. Patel is also a highly sought-after global authority on the critical role that glutathione and all the other antioxidants play in the body. He educates practitioners in advanced biochemistry and anti-aging science and serves as an adjunct faculty at the University of Southern California School of Pharmacy, where he is also an alum of the school. Welcome, Dr. Patel.
Thank you for having me over here.
I was telling him before we started, I said, we have celebrities, we have founders and this and beauty, but I geek out and get the most excited for pure science. So I am so excited to speak with you today, truly.
Likewise.
Thank you.
Information in science is so antiquated that keeping it to consumer level is very, very difficult.
And this is, yeah, it is. And you've done such a great job in the Glutathione Revolution book, which we'll talk about, and we're going to do it today, really breaking down glutathione. And it really, from what I've read from you and heard, it really is like the root of the fountain of youth, but true like anti-aging in the sense of even disease. We know inflammation is the root of disease, and it can help prevent all of that. So it's something that is still so confusing in the market, right? We kind of understand antioxidants, like basic antioxidants. We understand the application of a vitamin C on our skin a bit. Glutathione is very confusing because, as we'll get into, what is it? But also, there's so much different information about how it's absorbed.
That's true.
So you've kind of cut through that. So let's get into it. What is glutathione first? People who have never heard of it. Or me, who's heard of it and still a little confused.
That's right. Yeah. So let's just break it down to simple terms, right? Glutathione as a molecule is a protein. It's the most abundant protein found in human bodies. It's not designed as a protein, but it's termed as an antioxidant because it's just one of the functions that it has. So it depends on what it does for you. It has been labeled as an antioxidant, as a detoxifier, as an enzyme. I mean, you can name all the things that it does, but in reality, it's just a very simple protein that your body produces. Proteins are usually a huge chain of amino acids, and this one is just 3 amino acids only. So that's it. So just 3 amino acids, glycine, glutamine, cysteine, comes together, the most simplest form of protein that our body produces abundantly. So in a nutshell, that's what the glutathione is. But the function it does for a body is just tremendous. And so that's what we want to talk about today is what does it do for us? How can it help us? Why are we talking about this today and not 100 years ago when it was first discovered? And what can we go from here to 2050, 20 years from now? What can we expect this to happen for us? And so I'm looking forward for this new journey that I have started on my own. And I hope that we can take all of our audience with us.
Yeah. So what are the benefits? What does it do for us?
So let me talk back. And I don't know if you have heard doctors telling you all the time, well, you're not so bad yet, so let's wait and see until you get really bad, and then we'll decide what to treat with you. Mm-hmm. I mean, I hear this all the time. The doctors will tell you that, hey, well, it's not so bad, so let's just wait and see. People do not expect to stay clean and don't value how do you supposed to feel when you're completely clean from inside. Yeah. And when you are exposed to toxins and chemicals and you have all these diseases that you deal with it, then what happens is that the doctors get excited because now they have treatments to give you something. But what happens is that doctors don't have to give you anything to stay clean and healthy so that you don't end up having diseases later on. And so the glutathione, what it does is that it's a master detoxifier. It conjugates all the chemicals that your body is exposed to. It reduces the free radical exposure that we get every single day from exposure to sunlight and the pollutions and the toxins. And more importantly, it keeps it clean in such a way that it's ready to do all its function. And it will recycle itself. It will regenerate itself most of the time. But a lot of the reactions that is happening today with all this exposure to known chemicals, it's a one-way process. And so that to me, it's telling me that, hey, we eat a lot of fruits and vegetables with pesticides in there or fertilizers in there. We get exposure to all these different beauty care products that we slap on our body every day. The body has to get rid of all these chemicals. And being in California, we're lucky that at least the state have some laws to protect the consumers to, hey, these are known carcinogens, so don't take it anymore. If you do take it, it's on your own. Mm-hmm. But taking those products, the body has to clean them out. How does it do that part? Glutathione gives the chemicals to conjugate them out of your liver, and you basically pee it out.
And it's really just the glutathione. It's majorly the glutathione. Wow. Yeah, that's a lot of pressure on glutathione. Sorry, GSH.
Well, we don't produce vitamin C. Our body does not produce vitamin C. Mm-hmm. Our body only produces glutathione. And we believe that our body is self-sufficient. Our body does not need anything else than what it already has. So if that's the case, we don't need vitamin C as an antioxidant because the body produces glutathione on its own. The question is, can we have it enough? That's a question, right? And we take things for granted because we think, hey, if a little bit is not going to kill me or is not going to affect my lifestyle, I can take more of it. For example, alcohol. Alcohol is a known toxin, is a solvent. And so people drink it knowingly that's not good for you. But a little bit of alcohol doesn't affect your body at all. But eventually you start drinking 2 or 3 glasses per day or twice a week. And what happens is that accumulates over time. And then we don't realize that maybe you're not having effects of alcohol, but all the other toxins that you're exposed to on a daily basis now is getting built up in your system.
It's like a drain or anything else, it's like a little bit here, and you're not cleansing it properly or throwing that Drano in constantly, and it's going to start to get clogged up as well. And I'm just thinking of I'm pregnant right now, so I can't really drink wine. Okay, thank you. But I'm thinking of all my friends and the ladies, and they're definitely drinking more than 2 glasses a week. And that's okay. Me too, when I'm not pregnant. So it does, and like you said, owning a skincare brand myself too, it is actually amazing to hear it even in more detail, how important it is to have everything pretty clean, because we're just getting it from all directions. And it's a lot of pressure on our body to repair itself, protect itself.
That's true. I mean, everything adds up.
Mm-hmm.
And I always give a simple example is that when you open your refrigerator, if you see any of the shelf has moldy food in there, what's the first thing that comes in your mind?
Get rid of
Right?
it. Yeah.
Absolutely get rid of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, you're not going to push the mold in the back and put some new food inside the refrigerator, do you?
Yeah.
And we do it every single day. We know the parts of bodies are not clean, but yet we will consume more food. We'll get exposed to different chemicals, knowing that our body's not clean to begin with.
That's a really beautiful comparison. Yeah.
And so
true. I'm like, I'm just going through all the things during my day where I do that. So.
And then, people exercise all the time, right? And you exercise for the first time, you are sore, you are not happy, right? It takes a while for your body to get used to exercising and not feeling really bad the next morning, because your body is producing a lot of lactic acid, is producing a lot of oxidative stress, is increasing, and the body does not know how to deal with it. And it cannot quench all the free radicals that has been created when you exercise. I mean, we have a lot of ball players that use Glutaril, the glutathione product, and just because they can recover faster. So
I want to dive into that a little bit too. I mean, really kind of quickly too, because it's something that I always say, coming from 20 years of fitness background, I feel like my fitness, I'm in my 40s now, has really evolved to more of like an ageless fitness, of taking care of myself instead of just pushing my body. Because when we do these fitnesses that are really pushing our body, the high intensity that everybody's promoting, the long distance running, I say it here in Los Angeles, like I hear the girls going 2 hours all the time. We're creating all these aging free radicals, and typically not allowing that type of personality sometimes doesn't allow enough recovery. And so what you're saying is it's a recovery of lactic acid where people kind of think, oh, I'm not sore, I'm fine. But really, this is a whole other type of free radical damage that the body needs to recover from. It's just like drinking wine almost. Like you think you're being healthy. Yeah.
And people think that exercising is being healthy, but sometimes it is counterintuitive, especially if you're doing high intensity for longer periods of time.
All the time.
And so and having the fix of glutathione in your body can really help you do that part and stay fit all the time. So I'm not saying not to exercise, what I'm saying is that, hey, have a healthier diet, have your glutathione levels replenished, and you will be fine. I don't think that aging is something that we should be accustomed to. I truly believe that aging is something that you choose to do.
I love that. Yeah. That's wonderful. I'm going to choose to not be accustomed to it
There you go.
as much as I can. So how do we replenish our glutathione levels? Like because I've read in your book that it's a healthy lifestyle too, that's going to help to support that within the body.
Right.
So how can we help to support it within the body, number one? And then we'll kind of get into the supplemental side of it as well.
Absolutely. So you need to have those 3 amino acids, mainly the glutamine, glycine, and cysteine. Cysteine is the one that is not abundantly available in your diet. So cysteine is something in whey proteins, whey isolates. So if you consume cysteine, the body will take the cysteine. It has enough glutamine and the glycine, combine all those 3 together, and with 2 enzymes and a catalyst like selenium, will produce 1 molecule of glutathione. I mean, it's not an easy process, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, but but we take things for granted what your body does for us on a regular basis. But that's what it does for us, is to take all those amino acids and the enzymes and the catalyst to produce glutathione, and it does very efficiently. The thing is, we are not reducing our exposure to known toxic chemicals and pollution, so the body is not able to clean up on a daily basis. So that is the biggest problem we have. If the body cannot clean up, then this starts accumulating, and over time it accumulates even more. Now there's onset of diseases comes in at the age of 30, 35, because our body is not cleaning up enough. Our body cannot produce enough glutathione to do all the work it needs to do. So the diet is the key, right? So the diet has all this amino acids, have a lot of proteins in your diet. I think my book has a 14-day jump start on how to increase the glutathione level. And that's good for if you're younger. When I say younger, it means I mean the best years of your life is in 20s, right? You can replenish, you can jump, you can get back to normal within no time. Once you get to the age of 30, it starts getting sluggish. If you have a healthier lifestyle, 30 is just a number. I can assure you that. But starting the age of 40, it slowly creeps up, because the thing is, it's not just the glutathione by itself, but it's also the hormones that are affected by it. And so it's more than just the protein or the glutathione. It's all the other components, especially for the females. It's getting into the hormonal cycles. They're coming, and then the perimenopausal era, and it gets a little dicey for them as well. So key is have a healthier diet, have a great exercise regimen, not too much that you produce a lot of oxidative stress, but enough to stay fit. I truly believe in a lot of yogas and stretching, so that way your body's always moving and agile. And then keep your mind clear. I believe in meditation. Have your mind clear. Have the thoughts come to us, and have focus on your mind, because a focused mind, you can do anything you want. If you decide that I want to clean, if your mind is ready, you can get clean, because you do the right things for yourself. You're not going to cave in those vices that you have, right?
Yeah. The Keep It Simple Sexy podcast is brought to you by KO Body Care. Right after I turned 30, something happened that I was not expecting. I noticed the skin on my body was aging faster than the skin on my face. Crepiness, sunspots, fine lines, and wrinkles, they all seemed to creep up overnight. And then it hit me. I'd been using all sorts of powerful anti-aging ingredients on my face, but I wasn't doing the same for the skin on my body. So that's when I had that aha moment to create KO Body Care. KO is face-grade body care, which means that it's pure and effective enough for the face, but formulated just for the body. We use the same ingredients as high-end, clean skincare brands to help skin look smoother, brighter, firmer, and younger. The product that put us on the map was our Body Beautiful Cream. Beauty editors are obsessed with it because it combines clean, natural ingredients, omega oils, green tea, mangosteen, goji berry with clinical actives like hyaluronic acid and CoQ10. It leaves the skin feeling so hydrated, so smooth, so soft, and even gives your collagen production a boost. So are you ready to see what face-grade body care can do for you? Then go to kobodycare.com. For our first-time users, use the special code KISS20 for 20% off your purchase. And you're kind of saying, like, on the opposite side of it, the type of lifestyle drains that would affect your glutathione and start to prevent and create a buildup are like stress, right? If you're not focused, if you're not peaceful, if you're not meditated, like focused within your day and at peace with it, too little exercise or overdoing it, like even an athlete, I mean, that's their job, but they have to learn how to balance that. Toxic food, fast foods where we don't understand what's potentially in them, alcohols, skincare that has toxic substances in it. Trying to think, lack of, I'm sure, just to repair. And I was wondering too, so you mentioned cysteine, which is in whey, is one of those.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Well, what if you are, a lot of the women that I know are not on whey anymore because it affects
Yes.
their digestive system. They're on the plant-based proteins. So
Yep.
what if, I mean, they may eat meat and stuff like that, but what if they're not on, they're dairy-free and don't really drink the whey proteins?
I mean, you can buy cysteine capsules.
Just take it. Okay.
Just take cysteine capsules. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't advocate meat at all. I'm personally myself a vegetarian.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't advocate meat at all. But cysteine comes even in milk products. Now, I don't drink milk per se, but I do have milk products like cheese once in a while.
Uh-huh.
And so that's, again, you do get a little bit out of there. But until now, cysteine was okay to take because because we didn't have glutathione available to give to humans to take in a perfect form.
Yeah.
And so people used to take cysteines and all the time. In fact, FDA just banned cysteine product because they were claiming hangover cure with cysteine. So that recently that just happened.
Always on the search for a hangover cure, I feel like.
Yes.
Never found one completely yet. Just don't drink so much. All right, well, let's talk about it then. So, I mean, we hear about how our body, we've talked a little bit about supplementation,
Okay.
but you have your products and you have, your first, I forget what it is, but it's like the first patented transdermal glutathione. So I guess my first question is, what are all the methods of us getting glutathione, whether it's supplementation, you have a spray product, and then what is the best? Because there's a lot of differing information out there.
True. And I mean, the choices you have, no, I wish it was that easy, right? It's not that. I mean, if you have used a product, it doesn't go on your face very easy. So the choices we have it's been available for over 100 years. And the glutathione being a protein, it gets oxidized immediately outside in the open air. So people have made into capsules. They have even made into injections or forms of glutathione. Mm-hmm. They have made some. The latest technology is liposomal form of glutathione, where they just drink this rotten egg smelly stuff.
I can take anything, Dr. Patel, anything. And that was the one thing I was like, I just cannot take this. Can't. Oof.
And all of them, guess what happens to, what happens when you take proteins?
I don't know.
The body will break it down into different amino
yeah.
every day, right? When you eat protein, you chew it out and your body will produce enzymes to break the proteins down into various amino acids. And that's exactly what happens when you take oral capsules or liposomal, anything to go by mouth. It's just going to break it down into various amino acids. So in reality, you're not getting any glutathione out of it. Zero.
Wow.
There was a study done in Texas at one of the universities in Texas, and they did this on study of kids with autism, and they were giving the glutathione in oral capsules and liposomal liquids, and they found out zero increase of glutathione in the red blood cells. They had minor increase in the plasma of the blood, but nothing in the red blood cells. And what they were saying is that the body is breaking down this glutathione into various amino acids. Then the question comes about IVs. And as you know, if living in LA, there's IV bar at every corner. It's like the new Starbucks.
Yep.
And in my previous life, I trained well over 10,000 doctors on IV therapies.
Amazing.
So my previous book was a book I wrote for the doctors, The Art and Science of Nutrition, IV Nutrition Therapy. And the book basically teaches physicians on how to do proper nutrition now through intravenous therapies. But the glutathione was never been a part of it. And the reason is because even if you do IV push of glutathione, it gets in your bloodstream right away, but it doesn't stay long enough because it only stays in the plasma, the water portion of the blood. It never gets into the blood cells. And so it's outside your body in 14 minutes, literally 14 minutes. So
Wow.
you can spend all the money you want and push the IV glutathione, and in 14 minutes, you probably have the most expensive urine you'll ever have. This,
Does it do any cleansing in that amount of
well,
time?
14 minutes, it's like how much cleansing can you do in 14 minutes? If
Yeah.
I have a maid
Okay.
coming to my house
I
for
can't
14
even clean my
minutes,
house that much. Yeah.
exactly, right? I have
Yeah.
a maid coming to my house and it takes her 6 hours to clean up the house. And if
Yeah.
she can do 14 minutes, not a chance. Not
Yeah.
a chance. Nothing's going to get done,
Things would
right?
really back up here. Yeah, for sure.
And so, as a pharmacist, my goal has always been, I said, can I increase red blood cells levels of glutathione? That was a question, right? The first question was, before even that, can I stabilize glutathione in an outside environment?
Yeah.
So my first goal was the cysteine molecule, the three amino acids, right? So glutamine, glycine, and cysteine. Cysteine is a thiol group on that one. That one, what we did was we put a chemical cap on it so it doesn't get oxidized. So that was our first invention. So when we did a chemical cap on it, I said, well, that's what we do. It's no big deal. Now it's stable. Now what do you do? Right? So the second question then came out and said, hey, I need to take this glutathione molecule and somehow reduce the size, and make it small enough to get through your skin inside your blood.
Yeah.
And I mean, so we are using this technology where we take in the three amino acids, and the protein is a three-dimensional structure. If you just Google glutathione, you will see a protein molecule. It's a three-dimensional structure. And what we have done is we have literally squeezed it down into small balls of glutathione and enter into your blood. And then once it enters into your blood, it basically opens up again.
Wow.
So for the very first time, now we are able to increase glutathione levels in your blood, but more importantly, in your red blood cells. So if you're a practitioner, if you're a physician, your mind is going crazy at this point, right? And the doctors have never been able to comprehend that also, because to them I said, what's the big deal? I said, the big deal is, first of all, it stays in the body for at least 6 hours, or 4 to 6 hours, and and it may, after repeated use and the body recycling itself, it may stay in the body for a whole day, at least 12 hours to a whole day. Imagine using one dose every morning, and your whole body is clean for the rest of the day. Every day. If that happens, I mean, imagine your refrigerator getting cleaned up every single day. There's only fresh fruits and vegetables in the refrigerator every single day. It is
so preventative. It's amazing.
It is so preventative. And so, again, so that's the technology piece. And it took me about 11 years of research before I even launched the company, because when it's so powerful, when it's so much things that it can do for you, I had to make sure that it is working for our patients. So we started talking to all the doctors, and the doctors started believing in us and saying, hey, if this is true, then why don't you make it for a few of my patients? So over the 11 years, we did all this research with physicians, trying to work this out and see what we can help these patients with it. And so after that, first thing I did was write the book, because we had a lot of data that we collected. And the book that we wrote it's all just stories, right? It's all the stories that we have seen over the years, and how it helped a 7-year-old girl sleep for the first time because of having autism, and having detox pathways have been closed off, and having somebody having type 2 diabetes, and the HbA1c level dropped from 14.1 to 5.79 months. I mean, it has never been done before unless you take insulin shots. And we all know insulin shots are how bad they are for us. I mean, so all the stories, we started gathering them. I said, hey, you know what? It's not that we are trying to do disease management, but all we're trying to say is that, hey, if your body is clean, the meds work better. And my hope is, as a pharmacist, I don't hope for that, but it's going to happen. If the body is clean, then you won't need any medication.
Yeah.
I may be out of my pharmacy business, because I still have a pharmacy that I run. But I think that might be a good problem to have, if I can get everybody healthy and won't need any medication. I mean, America is the highest consuming country in the world with prescription drugs.
I know. It's so sad.
And we
I
need to
know.
we have to get off of that one.
And, so what is the dosage then? So your company is called Auro.
Yes.
AURO. And again, you mentioned the book again. The book is The Glutathione Revolution. So informative. It says fight disease, slow aging, and increase energy with the master antioxidant. And then, as you said, 11 years of research into Auro. There's multiple products, but I want to talk first about the spray because this is really probably the first one that you would want to lead with if you were to get one. So what is the dosage for, let's just say a woman, 30s, 40s, regular kind of healthy, balanced lifestyle, unhealthy, to what you're saying to like my mom has Parkinson's, she's on medication, she's in her 70s, or a child, my niece has autism as well, something like that. Would you want to up your dosage a little bit of this?
So,
and how do you apply it?
Okay, perfect. So we have two products, the Glutathione and the Glutathione Plus. And what you have in your hand is a skincare product, Auro.
Oh, nice.
That's a
okay.
skincare product, but it's the same thing. What we have done, the Glutathione was a flagship product, and we have done number of studies to figure out how much milligrams can I give you, and what's the benefit I see on the other end. Because even though this is completely benign and non-toxic, and the FDA has issued a GRAS status when you consume this orally, that doesn't mean that you can take whatever you want, right?
Yeah, can you overdose on glutathione?
I mean, you cannot, but it's an expensive product.
Yeah,
so the overdose comes in the bank balance and not in the product itself.
Yeah,
so
okay.
So then for me, I started looking and said, hey, what dose can I give as the best for all my patients? So we did a 50 milligram dose, 100 milligrams, 200, 300, 400, 500. Because in IV pushes, we use 600 milligrams as a starting dose. And then from there, we go up to 1 gram or 2 grams per push. And so I said, well, for me, I had to find out what milligrams can I give. Since this is going to the red blood cells level, I don't have to give such a high milligram. So if you use the Glutathione, 4 sprays is all you need twice a day to increase your glutathione levels for the whole day. Okay, so amazing. 4 sprays gives you an approximate number of about 100 milligrams, 112 milligrams per dose. And that was enough to have a significant increase in your blood levels that you don't have to use anything more than that. Now, the plus is 4 sprays will get you 100 milligrams. The plus was designed to basically jumpstart. So a lot of people, as you said earlier, they have Parkinson's, not for autism because the dose is much lower for them. But if somebody has a lot of chronic conditions, Parkinson's, talking about MS, talking about long-term chronic diabetes.
Cancers.
I mean, cancer is a little bit difficult because oncologists may.
Yeah, there's not as much research.
Well, they will go against me on that one, but if I get a one-on-one with them, I may be able to plead my case with them, but it's all one-on-one basis.
Yeah.
But how about chronic autoimmune conditions? And
oh yeah, I had that.
Yeah. So today we have 80 autoimmune diseases. 100 years ago, we probably had 1. So autoimmune conditions are increasing at an alarming rate, and I'm not sure why that is happening.
How about hormonal imbalances too? Because you know how the autoimmune, I feel like that kind of, whether it was the chicken or the egg for me too, that threw my hormones off. Does it help to support, I guess, the regulation of it? It's not necessarily regulate it. Oh,
no,
okay.
It does not support hormone regulations itself. Because hormonal regulations come from the pituitary. So pituitary works with the ovaries or testicles in men, and they work together to produce the hormones. And if your body is not clean, that's not going to affect the hormonal cycles. It may affect stress hormone like cortisol and adrenals and things like that.
Yeah.
Not particularly your sex hormone, which is your estrogens, progesterones, testosterones, DHEA, pregnenolones, things like that. It may also affect your cholesterol per se, but it may not affect your sex hormones. So it's like it's a little bit complicated.
Yeah.
I don't want people to think that, hey, this is going to regulate my hormones. So
everything.
Yeah.
But it is going to help. Like if you're stressed out, if it's affecting the stress hormones, then that will then sometimes kind of trickle into the other things as well, which are, irregulating the other hormones too, I believe. Like it was a high stress for me that really just took me down in the long run.
Yeah. So for stress, I
Yeah.
do like a lot of products over the counter. My go-to product is Chromium Picolinate. It's
Do
a
that again.
Chromium Picolinate.
Uh-huh.
Chromium is a heavy metal, so it's not like you want to take too much of it either.
Uh-huh.
The dose that I recommend, I would suggest you work with a physician.
Mm-hmm.
It's a short-term dosages, but chromium is a great product to have because chromium is highest found in your adrenal glands in your body. And
Oh,
so having
yeah.
that chromium in the adrenal glands to support the stress is crazy. But today, guess what? Most people are stressed out not because of cortisol, because of adrenaline. And,
I
and
have 2 little children under 5. I understand that.
yeah,
Constantly keeping them alive.
and adrenaline is like you're wired and tired at nighttime. You can't fall asleep, and
Mhm.
you take all kinds of different medications. All you have to do is somehow push the adrenaline out of your blood and out of your cells, and you just go to sleep. I
Yeah.
mean, we can do that part. It's a prescription item, but it's not something to do
Yeah.
over here. But
Yeah.
things like that can be done. Knowing the etiology, knowing the cause of the problem is the biggest thing how we can treat people. So many times we go blindly take a product because it helped my friends, so it's going to help me too. No, it doesn't work that way. We want to take we want to take something because we know what the cause of the problem is. If you know the cause, we can treat it. If you don't know the cause, we cannot treat them. So
Mhm.
I'm a pharmacist, but I always look for the root cause of the problem. And if I can find the root cause, I can treat anybody.
That's amazing. And, treating it somewhat naturally as well. So what is the difference then? Because I believe you have 2 different websites. You have aurowellness.com. It's
Yeah.
AURO. But don't you have a Oro skincare as well?
Yes.
Okay, so
So
I have the skincare version, and all of mine, I want to go into it. You have the spray. I want to find out what the difference of this spray and then the ones that you were showing on your Aura
okay.
Wellness. But then you also have, just so everyone knows, and I've been using these and I really love them. Actually, Ali Laundry was on our podcast as well. So that's how I found you. Thank goodness. And she recommended you on the show, but I also read it on her wellness website. And she was saying how this really helped with like the pigmentation on her skin. And so that's why I dove in. So I have the antioxidant complex, which has the glutathione, vitamin C, hyaluronic acid. I have the nighttime treatment as well that I've been using, glutathione and astragalus, a little adaptogens in this one as well. And then you have also vitamin C with glutathione. It's a 25% vitamin C with glutathione in it as well. So I have been a follower.
So
and using all of the above, and I really like it. I mean, I think my skin is glowing.
So I'm a geek pharmacist, so I'm not a skincare expert by all means, but I know my chemicals, and so for me, I had to find out. I said, hey, for example, citrine, the vitamin C that you are using, vitamin C is 20% available commercially. Most of the companies make this product. And so with the technology that we have for the glutathione, we can use the same exact technology and literally deliver vitamin C to your body as well. So as a starting point, I made a 25% vitamin C, and it goes straight into your skin. There's no burning sensation. There's no reactions. It's just amazing how fast it goes. And yet, if you listen to all the doctors of the world, they're saying that if you use anything more than 20% vitamin C, it's an acid and it's going to burn your skin. And I said, nope, it's not going to do that part if it disperses immediately to your skin. And just so that people know that I'm not faking it, I'm not just giving you 25%. I have a 50% that's coming out in the next few months.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm going to
50.
need that post-pregnancy.
Yeah. And so that was, it's a 7-day treatment, and I can get anybody's glow
Wow.
back. Anybody's glow back.
As a fitness coach, I'm always interested in ways to feel energized and vibrant. I want to provide my body with what it needs to work out at my optimal levels and help the recovery process. Well, I started using glutathione with RO Wellness's glutarol to help my body detox, strengthen my immunity, and increase my energy levels. I'm all about simple, and spraying glutarol on my wrist or my stomach twice a day is easy to do, but has a huge impact. I've noticed an easy energy boost, a more balanced energy levels. As a wellness leader and beauty fanatic, I was curious about their skincare line as well. The skincare line uses their patented delivery system to deliver potent antioxidants and nutrients to your skin with maximum absorption. One of their products uses glutathione to detoxify the skin of oxidative stress, so cool, and free radical, which in turn helps improve your complexion and reduce the signs of aging, bringing a brighter, more even skin tone. I started using the line about 3 weeks ago, and it's already helping to reduce my melasma. I encourage you to bring your body back into balance with glutathione. Visit rowellness.com, that's AUROWELLNESS.com, and RO Skincare for their skincare line, AUROSKINCARE.com.
My thing is that when people challenge me, I say, yes, I'll give you one better than this one, but you know what? Just so that you'll never refute me, I'll make it something extremely potent. So think about the glutathione, same thing, right? Chemically, you can only make about 200 milligrams per ml is the chemical. That's how much it can dissolve in water. So this is about 200 milligrams per ml water. Okay, so, and just so that people don't confuse me that, hey, I'm just making up, this is about 350 milligrams per ml. And people say, well, you may be using some technology to just push in more chemicals in there. And just so that they don't refute me, we have a glutathione product that's coming up later this year, which is 550 milligrams per ml as well. Wow. It's like a drop, like a spot treatment. So if you have scars or blemishes, I mean, I can take care of any spots out of there. And so for me, it's a science-based products that I've created. The Wake and the Rest creams that you have, the Reset and Revive, and the creams that I created, the creams was, I took and said, you know what? I have the technology. What if I take all the major brands, and I'm not going to mention any brands at this time. I take all the major brands, their flagship products, and I put into one cream, everything at full concentration. So instead of spending $2,000 on one product, and you don't have enough surface area to put every single cream on your face to get any sizable difference, I'm going to give everything into one cream. So that's what we created. So we created a day and night cream. One cream was a little bit difficult because the resveratrol in the night cream was extremely difficult to make. And so the resveratrol in that one is a full concentration resveratrol. There's nothing stronger than this product in the market. The cycloestragenol, it's a telomeres lengthening product. Is the strongest product in the market today. And
so I'll be bathing in it then.
Yeah. So basically, my job was to combine everything into one. I'm not a marketing guy either. So people said, oh, if you separate them out, you can make a huge product line and you can make a ton of money doing these things. And for me, I'm a guy. I want simplicity, right? If I can have one cream per day, my job's done, right?
Yeah.
But then one cream was not enough. So I said, hey, can I give you two creams? So morning and evening creams. The morning you go by your day and protect yourself, and the evening is all repair, because no matter what you do, you can put your sunblock on, your sunscreen on, your body's still going to
get damage.
It's still getting damaged every single day. I still have to remove all the oxidative stress that is just being caused. If it's not true, think about it, right? As soon as you go in the sun, you put a sunblock, do you still tan?
Yeah.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. That means the UV lights is still attacking your melanin production, and it's still causing that stress in your body, regardless of what sunblocks you use. So quenching those free radicals is a must for me. It's absolutely a must. So
and you can be very specific with it instead of just the spray on the body. with the skin on your face, with the beauty, the neck, the décolleté, all of that with
That's
these
right.
products.
And the glutathione spray you have for the cosmetic side, what I did was I had to reduce the glutathione, increase the vitamin C, because I have to give both at the same time, because a lot of people want to use the glutathione, but they will also want the vitamin C twice a day as well. So I have citrine for once a day application, and I have glutathione plus vitamin C for a once a day application as well. So it's just a little bit more concentrated product, because most of my female patients, they are used for the beauty, only use it once a day. So if they're using it once a day, I'll give a little bit more extra dose for them, so that way they don't have to, if they're not using it twice a day, then at least they're getting a lot more than just half a dose.
Love it. So informative. Thank you, Dr. Patel. I mean, I feel like I understand glutathione so much more, and I especially understand that it is absolutely something that I have to have in my daily regimen. It's something that obviously is part lifestyle, so I can think about that a little bit more. And if I'm on vacation, realizing that I probably need a bit more of supplementation, or if I'm in my 40s, or I've done a really hard workout, and I don't have to waste my money on necessarily the IVs until they find some better research. But thank you. And that you have provided the spray. So I'm going to go on the wellness and get the regular wellness one too. We can find your products at Auro Wellness, AURO wellness.com. Your Instagram, same thing. It's AURO Wellness. And you have a great blog with tons of awesome information as well on there too. And then obviously the book. So thank you so much, Dr. Patel, for informing us. I appreciate it. And I hope everybody has really picked up a lot of information and realizes we need to clean up a little bit and then detox the rest.
Thank you, Christine. And if you want to see how powerful it is, next time you get a sunburn, just spray the glutathione on it and see how fast the pain goes away. That's when you realize how fast it works.
Yeah, even my kids' little nicks and cuts and stuff like that probably too.
Yep, just try it, and
like
that's when you realize how fast it works.
Well, thank you. Have a wonderful day, Dr. Patel.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you, everybody. How informative was that? I feel like this is something that we all need just for our total wellness. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Make sure that you write any comments, questions for Dr. Patel and myself. Subscribe and pass it along to somebody who needs to hear it. Have a great detoxed, healthy glutathione type day. Have questions you need answered? Text me at 1-310-361-8697. Make sure you're following me on social at Christine Bullock, and have a healthy, happy week. See you next time.